The Union Aerospace Corporation is the largest corporate entity in existence. Originally focused on weapon and defense contracts, new ventures have expanded into biological research, space exploration, and other scientific endeavors. With unlimited funds and the ability to engage in research outside of moral and legal obligations, the UAC controls the most advanced technology ever conceived.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah, some people say they took away the horror from it.
Yeah, but I gotta be honest with you, dude. I never thought it was fucking scary to begin with, man.
I think it's better than the PC one because they made some pretty good fixes on it.
Yeah, you know, and I thought the flashlight, man, was the dumbest fucking shit ever.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like, I get what they were trying to do, but it was stupid. Like, you shouldn't have to choose between shooting or staying.
Roger that, tower.
Wait, are the DLCs on there?
Yeah.
Is it the PS1 fucking gun edition, or is it like,
See that Counselor Swan is sent.
like which one are you playing?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
No, the DLCs are on it, man.
Nice.
Tower, Dark Star on fire.
Audio. Very well.
This includes the Resurrection of Evil and the Lost mission that was added to the BFG edition.
So, 1 and 2 are also in it, aren't they?
No, they're not, and this is the PS4 version.
I can't believe it's come to this.
The PS4 version doesn't have them in there, but to be fair, Doom 3 is only $10 by itself.
I'm tired of running damage control every time he makes a mess.
And the new Doom 1 and Doom 2 are $5 each. So even if you got all three, it's still $20, so you're actually spending less money than you did previously in the BFG edition.
Whatever you say.
Yeah.
So at first it kind of seems like they're trying to nickel and dime you until you add it up and you're like, actually, no wait, this is actually cheaper than it was.
Is there still an online mode in this one?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I do know they actually added a really cool thing that wasn't in the last gen version. Well, two things. They added a field of view option, which is nice to be able to toggle that. And they added the flashlight settings, the Ultra, that were in the PC version that weren't on consoles.
Interesting.
Like, in the PC, on Ultra settings, you could cast flashlight shadows on everything.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even in the BFG edition on PS3, and they added it in, but it says that it's flashlight shadows, but it's more than that, it actually just takes all the shadows up to Ultra. Like, I don't know if you can see the difference when I turn on, but... Oh, yeah, actually, hold on, I think you can see some of the difference right there. But the only reason they made it a fucking toggle was because they put it on Switch as well.
Oh.
And
I didn't know.
yeah, it's on Switch. It's pretty decent. But on Switch, the Ultra flashlight really fucked up the performance, so they give you the option to turn it on or off.
That's very interesting. I didn't know that they did that.
Welcome to Mars, Marine.
And this is actually kind of different than the one I'm used to as well, because when I first played this game, I played it on the original Xbox, man.
It'll only take a second.
Oh yeah, I also played the PS3 version of this actually.
Okay, let me get this started.
You know who made the Xbox version?
The Vicarious Vision.
You're gonna need to hold still.
They've gotten a really solid reputation for doing fucking awesome ports, man.
Yeah.
Alright, bioscan looks good.
That's why I'm happy that they're the ones doing the Diablo 2 remake. If anybody could do it, it's them.
Yeah, because Blizzard can't do shit on their own.
Yeah. Well, see, here's what I think is funny is they're calling it remastered, but it's really not a remaster. It's a fucking remake.
Please report to Central
I
Administration.
know, they have done the same thing with Central. They called it a remaster originally.
You can just leave your bag there.
They're like, well, we're not changing the gameplay.
Okay.
Yeah, but
There's a
they
few
completely
things we need to
remade
take care
all
of
of the graphics
This
from
is
scratch
your
and taking it
personal
from 2D to
system.
3D. That's a
Need
fucking
those to
remake.
access all secure areas. If you get clearance for any security zones, download.
I mean,
directly.
you know, it's not
important,
just updating
so
it. They
don't
literally
lose
rebuilt it from scratch and going from
I
2D
see
to
here that
3D.
Sergeant Kelly has requested your immediate attention.
So I almost feel like they're kind of like downplaying the work that they did by calling it a remaster.
Yeah, I don't know why they keep doing that mistake, like when they name these things.
Please smoke.
I mean,
They do that a lot.
yeah, for some fucking reason, dude, people seem to have gotten the idea of remaster and remake confused.
Really?
It's really weird. I had an argument with the guy on Reddit yesterday
That we're doing here.
where he was trying to tell me that Ocarina of Time on 3DS wasn't a remake. I'm like, you fucking high?
Authorized you?
Yeah, it's a remake.
The board
It
doesn't
is a remake, it has
trust
completely new
All they want is
graphics.
something to make
It has a new mode.
some
Yeah, exactly. Everything was fucking remade from scratch, man.
get there.
Everything.
Exactly.
After how many
Exactly.
accidents? Tell me.
And they made a bunch of changes to the
Why do so many
gameplay.
workers spook, complaining, requesting transfers off Mars.
They
Aww.
simply can't handle life here.
Okay.
They're exhausted and overworked.
They added the touchscreen, they changed the water dungeon, like calling it a fucking remaster is just actually kind of insulting it.
I'm afraid you'll get nothing more until
I'm
my
good.
report
There's
is
a-
filed with the
There's a
board.
lot of games, man, that got called remaster that kind of aren't.
I won't.
Like fucking Xenoblade. You know, the definitive
Only if
edition?
you get lost, Swan. Just stay out of my way.
I don't know about that one. What is it like? Is it a remaster or remake?
It's pretty much a remake. Like, they claimed it was a remaster,
Let's go.
but it redid all of the characters, models for the main characters, all of them from scratch. It redid all of the textures, it redid all of the grass, all of the trees, it redid the soundtrack, and it redid the fucking menu for the game. I mean, it got to the point where it's like 99% of this has been remade from scratch. It's really kind of, you know, not fair to call it a remaster at that point. Like, most of it is brand new.
Yeah.
I mean, if you remake remake the grass, the lighting, the textures, the characters, the fucking UI, what is left of the original game? That's like everything.
Well, it makes it a remake, technically.
Pretty much. And it was done by the original team that did it. So, you know,
A remaster to me is just HD filtering.
pretty much.
Management office.
Or some slight graphical tweaks. You know what I mean?
Trophy support, fucking bug fixes. All of that stuff.
I even had some fucking asshole try to tell me that there wasn't a huge difference between Demon Souls on PS3 and PS5, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, I mean, starting up with the graphics, it's already made completely differently.
Right?
The character models, the fucking animations, some of the items changed from what I know.
Yeah. They rebalanced it.
Yeah.
Are you okay, Nermin?
Exactly.
You're coughing, bro.
Yeah, I'm coughing a lot, yeah.
You okay?
I don't know, I guess I am. I've been coughing for a few weeks at this point, I don't know.
Took his sweet time.
I haven't been to the doctor since 2019, actually.
Another member of the
Well, I mean,
Senate has gone missing.
at the very least,
Ranking FNG.
if it's been a couple weeks, then you know that even if it was Corona, you'll be fine.
Com facility. We heard he might be dead already. The only way there is through the
No, I've been trying to avoid it. Like, I don't want to go there and get corona or something like that.
Yeah. See, that's the thing that fucked me up too. Like, even if you think, well, I might have Corona, you don't want to go to the doctor because then you might just get it.
Just bring him back.
Yeah,
Hurt him.
but there's probably a patient who has it or something like that. Okay, now I'm gonna do a refund on this game and get €8 for what's it called?
Sudeki?
Sudeki. Yeah. Refund. I bought it. Wait, what's the day today? Today's the 12th.
Yeah, hold on, let me check, let me make sure.
Today's Monday the 12th.
Yeah, it's the 12th.
Attention UAC personnel.
Exactly. So yesterday was Sunday, Saturday.
Labs today. See your service branch
I bought it
for
on
more details.
Thursday. I hope I can get a refund.
Well, how much did you play it?
3 minutes. It didn't work at all.
No, you're good then, man. I'm pretty sure the Steam policy is 2 hours. As long as you don't play more than 2 hours, you're good.
Please take advantage of our
Yeah, something around that time. Yeah, technical problems.
And I mean, okay, think about it like this. Think about it like this, then, man. That pretty much guarantees that no matter what happens with Sudeki, that you're coming out ahead. Because even if it's a bad game, which I mean, I think it's great, but I'm saying you might think it's bad. You're exchanging a game that didn't work at all. So either way, it's an upgrade.
Yeah, I mean, I probably like it anyway. It has a style that I like.
Yeah, they try to do kind of like a mixture of Western and Japanese art style.
Welcome to the dungeon, Marine.
Well, it's kind of it's from the time where many European countries did like this anime art style thing, like Totally Spies. You know that show?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Now you're ready for combat. Let me do a ready test.
What does it say? The game crashes while I play. No, the game does not run. That's it. There you go.
Good signal.
Yeah, Starshot is a cool game, especially on PC, but it just doesn't work because, I don't know, Steam never controls the ports they have from different developers.
You'll have a quick evac. And what better way to see the Martian surface than to
Yeah, no, that's true. Well, I mean, Sudeki shouldn't have any problems. The game is so fucking old at this point, man.
Keep in mind.
Yeah, I mean, the game had also like it's not, the PC version is not that old of the game, compared to like Starshot, which is like a 90s game, and 90s games like always have problems on modern hardware.
Yeah, but I'm saying at its heart, it's a 2004 game, so I mean, a fucking toaster could run it.
Yeah, pretty much.
But are you watching my stream? Are you watching my stream, Nermin?
Yeah, I'm watching your flashlight take down to the fucking stairs.
Yeah, okay, so I was just saying, like, this is the base shadows, right?
Yeah.
And then this is it with flashlight shadows enabled.
I mean, that's much better than fucking always getting a stupid flashlight out and,
Yeah. But you see what I mean, where it's like actually lighting up the railing and shit?
Mm-hmm.
It's cool.
Like, I think this game is impressive. It's very impressive. I'm glad it exists, because if it wasn't for this game, then Fear wouldn't exist, which is like my favorite shooter.
Yeah, well, see, I mean, I have mixed feelings about Doom 3. I like Doom 3, but I feel like they probably shouldn't have called it Doom 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's completely different in style, but at the same time, I think it's a pretty good game.
No, I do, but I'm saying, like, if I literally called this something else and then showed it to you, you would believe that it wasn't Doom.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing, like, that's the problem that people have with it. I don't think anyone said it was a bad game. I think people were just like, calling it Doom 3 when it is nothing like Doom 1 and Doom 2 is a bit of a misnomer.
I mean, yeah, gameplay-wise, it's like very far away from Doom 1 and 2, but I think the whole atmosphere thing is, I don't know, I think it fits.
I kind of hate the fact that one of the biggest disappointments with this game for me is the hell level. Like, I really, really, really like the hell part of the game, but it's such a small fucking part of the game.
Yeah, it's like at the end or something, it's not too much.
And like in Doom, you expect hell to be like a large part of it.
I feel like they kind of, I don't know, have you played Quake 4? I think you didn't, you told me once.
No, I played it a little bit when I was younger, dude. I haven't actually gotten a chance to play it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can kind of say that it did the whole transitioning better than Doom 3, because it does feel a lot like Quake 2, but on like modern hardware.
Oh yeah, no, that I know. I've heard a lot about that. That's why some people didn't like Quake 4. It's like, from what I've heard, Quake 2 and Quake 4 are very divisive in the fan base. You either like them or you hate them.
Yeah, some people just really don't like the style of this sci-fi Quake. I mean, I can see why, because Doom exists, and it's kind of like they have the same premise twice. Because Quake 1 was so insanely different compared to the other games, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it had a bit of sci-fi, you know, but mostly like this occult medieval style, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and then Quake 2 went super sci-fi, and then Quake 3 was like strictly multiplayer, and then Quake 4 was like a direct sequel to Quake 2.
Pretty much. And then you have Quake Enemy Territory, which is also a sequel to that, and Quake Champions, which in my opinion is, I mean, it's a decent game, but it does a lot of modern day, like it has a lot of these modern day additions, which I think don't really fit the game much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean, the fucking microtransactions and shit like that.
Well, not exactly that, it's just, the overall feeling of the game feels more like Overwatch than Quake.
Yeah, I feel like how they brought a bunch of different heroes from different ITEX franchises into it, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, being able to play BJ from Wolfenstein was fucking awesome.
I think with Wolfenstein they've done a lot of great things recently.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like the New Order and the Old Blood are pretty good. The second one I'm a bit iffy about, but I do like the first two that they released.
I love the second one a lot. I think they're pretty much all good. I don't really understand why a lot of people were kind of meh about the new Colossus.
Yeah. It has its flaws, sure. But the second one and that one just like didn't click to me at all. It was kind of very different tone-wise.
Yeah, kinda. But I feel like it still felt like a sequel to the New Order, and it added a lot of stuff that was really good, and I really loved the game engine and the shit that, you know, like, I really liked the fucking New Orleans level. I thought that level was just fucking awesome.
I really hated the level on the fucking, what was it? I think it was the airplane where like these fucking huge ass fucking mechs were coming up and constantly shooting at you.
Oh yeah, the Osmerizer.
Yeah, that level sucked.
Yeah, that was kind of meh. But I'm talking about New Orleans, man. You go through radioactive wastes, you make your way through the town center, and then you wind up riding that fucking dog through the street, blowing flames. That was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And even the cutscenes.
Well, like I said, gameplay-wise, it's pretty good.
I also really like I like the story, because it starts off incredibly bleak, and then kind of like midway through it becomes a lot more hopeful.
I'm a bit split on the story. I think it's kind of, especially the main character, CJ, he's kind of weird in this game, if you ask me.
Well, it's because he spends the vast majority of the first part of the game thinking he's gonna fucking die.
Yeah, but I kind of think how should I say, the tone contradicts itself for most of the game.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. I feel like they kind of did that with all the Wolfenstein games. They've always had this kind of mixture of grim and funny.
I think the one which did it the best was Return to Castle. That one was fantastic.
Yeah, well, I mean, it did the gameplay the best, but it had almost no story to speak of.
Yeah, true. But then again, I think it didn't really have to have like this incredible story for me to like it. It's just Wolfenstein game, so... Yeah,
that's why I like the New Order, though, in all those games, because they kept the stuff I liked about Wolfenstein, but they added a great story on top of it.
The Old Blood is probably the best, if you ask me, like, from this new trilogy.
I like the Old Blood, but there were parts of it that were irritating to me. I thought it was not balanced very well with the difficulty. And it was good, but parts of it were lacking. It definitely lacked some of the narrative weight that the New Order had. I really liked what they did with the story, especially with Anya. I really like the parts with her. I think she's one of the best love interests in any of the games I've played in a long time. Especially when you then piece together, man, that she was a fucking serial killer, basically. Like, I mean, in her defense, she was killing fucking Nazis that were evil, but you learn that her body count rivals fucking BJ's.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. It's a classic Doom monster.
Yeah. And
that introduction was so epic for nothing. He just fucking died.
Like, the whole cutscene killed him like a fraction of a fucking second, man.
Yeah, he was gonna do something epic, but he got shot in the face. Classic.
It's like that fucking intro of a guy, you know what? It's kind of like a trope in fighting movies where the bad guy does like this elaborate martial arts routine and the guy just punches him and he goes down.
Oh, it's like the one scene in Indiana Jones where like the guy like pulls off his sword and he's doing these same tricks and then Indy is just shooting at him.
Yeah, basically. You know, there actually is a real life story behind that.
I heard of that, and I'm iffy about it because it's Disney.
Well, I mean, it wasn't even Disney. This was back before Disney. But basically, what happened was, dude, is they were out filming in Afghanistan, right? And Harrison Ford actually got sick with dysentery, like real bad diarrhea.
So wait a minute, are you talking about something that's coming up or that's already released?
Oh no, I'm talking about the original, like the sword scene you're talking about, man.
Oh, I heard the word remake, so I was kind of confused.
Oh no, okay, so you know the sword scene you're talking about where the guy does the sword thing and he shoots him?
Yeah, exactly.
In the original plan for the movie, they totally intended for Indy to get into a sword fight with them, and then have choreography and shit. But Harrison Ford got sick with dysentery. He had real bad diarrhea. So he said, he said, "Fuck this! I'm not going to do this when I'm real bad." And he said, "I'll just shoot him." So
makes sense.
It literally, and they had to shoot the scene in between his toilet breaks. I mean, Harrison Ford, it was like, he spent the better part of like 2 or 3 days on the fucking toilet from that food, man.
True.
I was gonna say, one thing I hate about this fucking game...
What?
One thing I hate about Doom 3, Nermin?
Yeah?
The fucking shotgun, like the look of it. I think the shotgun looks terrible.
It looks beefy as hell.
Yeah, but like not in a good way. It almost looks like a giant dick.
What the fuck?
You can't tell me that it doesn't, man.
I mean, I can see. Wait, let me put the resolution up. Yeah. Yeah, a bit, yeah.
I'm fucking rocking the choke blaster, man.
I think it's the very part at the end which makes it look like that. You know, at the end of the gun, at the very tip.
Yeah, right, the tip. It's all about the tip, man.
Exactly, it's all about the tip.
But I tell you what, like, you know what's sad is, like, in the alpha build of Doom, they actually had a totally different shotgun, like, look, and it was way better.
Yeah, they did a lot of weird decisions with this game.
Like, the original shotgun for this actually looked like the Doom 1 shotgun.
You know what I don't like about the game?
No, what, man?
All units, this is Sergeant Kelly.
The fucking walking speed.
Right? But I mean, that's because the environments are so tiny.
Yeah. But still, it's like super slow on the PC where if you play it.
And, I mean, yeah, it makes a lot of sense, man, especially considering that you're a fucking Marine. You think he would have, I mean, he's built like a fucking bodybuilder, and he can't run more than 2 miles an hour. I could outrun this guy.
I like how you can see his face.
Yeah, I like how they also did that in Doom Eternal.
He looked kind of funny in that game, not gonna lie. I had like a bit of laugh attack when I saw his face in that one. Wait, I have to Google the face. I have to look at it again. It has been a while since I've seen it. Oh, what the hell? I just opened my Genesis emulator. That's not what I wanted to do.
Also, another thing that I couldn't really figure out, man, is like, they didn't have the fucking super shotgun in the base Doom 3. Like, what the fuck was that about?
Fall back to Marine HQ and await further orders.
Oh well. Like I said, they make weird decisions in this one. Doom Eternal face reveal. There we go. Well, about that refund thing, I'm now having the chance to either put it on my PayPal or my Steam account. I don't know what to choose.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna get that game, I'll put it on Steam, man. It's just easier.
Yeah, true. But at the same time, I'm wondering if I should use it for the PSN. But at the same time, again, I'm wondering if it's really worth it if Sony's gonna take my games away anyway.
Yeah. Sony's been a real dick lately.
A real dick lately. Now I know. Now I know. The Doom guy looks a bit like Shrek as a human. Now I know.
Yeah, I see that. I totally see that. Well, you know what? Shrek was actually not that bad looking as a guy, so. And I will go to bat saying that Shrek 2 is the best Shrek movie, and I will fight anyone that disagrees with me.
I honestly have no idea what the second one was about. Like, every time I see Shrek, I don't know, I don't like go out on my way to watch it, it's just, when it's on TV I watch it. It's like always the first movie.
The second movie was about Prince Charming and the fairy godmother trying to take Fiona, and that's when he meets Puss in Boots.
Well, that was not the one with the tooth fairy, was it?
No, actually, that was actually, that's what you're talking about, dude.
Oh, okay.
Because it's the fairy godmother, but she kind of fills that role, so I know what you mean.
Units. This is Sergeant Kelly. I am unable to reach Mars City from my current position.
And he goes human, and the gingerbread button man gets fucking gigantic.
Yeah. I do remember a bit of the movie now. Like, I think there was a scene where the Pinocchio cross-dressed. No, not Pinocchio. Who was it?
The big bad wolf.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think the last time I saw that movie was in primary school, actually. Yeah, I've seen it there. We had like a fucking movie day, and we were just watching movies the whole day.
Oh, I can't really relate to that as much as some of the other shit. I was homeschooled, man.
Oh, you good? Oh, yeah, homeschooled.
Like, I never attended public school ever. I was homeschooled from start to finish.
Oh, well. I mean, how is homeschooling? Is that like, your parents are schooling you, or is somebody coming up
my parents.
to your house and schooling? At your computer?
Not really. We had, like, paper assignments back then.
Okay.
I mean, it was good and it was bad. I mean, you know, I got great grades. People try to think that homeschooling is a walk in the park when it's really not. Like, in a lot of places in America, if you homeschool, they routinely have the actual school come and check in on you to make sure you're doing it right. So it's not, you know, it's just as strict as actual school.
Specialist Wilson.
I didn't know that.
I'm running blind. What are my orders?
Like, I know that this thing has been an option for quite some time, actually. I just never informed myself about homeschooling or anything.
I was actually, like, that's one of the things I excelled at, man. I graduated from high school, technically, at 15.
So wait, when you said you worked homeschool, was it, like, always?
Always.
Always, okay. Oh well.
Like I said, you know, I excelled. I did well. I got great grades.
I mean, I heard from some of my friends they fucking hate it. Like, they're having it currently.
Well, I guess it really just depends on the parents and what they're used to. A lot of your friends probably aren't used to being homeschooled, so it's kind of like a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, that's all I knew, that's all I was raised around, so, you know, it was just school to me.
Can you lay in bed while doing that?
I mean, not really, dude. I actually would have to go into my living room and do it with my mom. I would actually sit down in a chair.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, I excelled. I'm actually a pretty smart person. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I got great grades. I did some advanced courses. I graduated 3 years early, so...
Okay.
Because that's one of the benefits of homeschool, is when you get enough credits to graduate, you can graduate whenever. Like, you don't have to wait, so it's like at 15 I had enough credits to graduate, so I did.
But isn't that a bit pricey, homeschooling, or...?
Not really. You know, a lot of the time the government will provide the supplies.
Okay.
And you really just need, like, a lot of the time you can look up the classes online. Like, my parents would look up what I was supposed to be learning and they would just write it down and help me out. So...
Oh, okay.
All I really needed was, like, a notebook and paper and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a couple of class books, but nothing more than what you'd spend at a regular school.
Connection established.
Oh, well, now I know that. a bit of new experience from our boy Kiernan.
Yeah, well, you know, I've always been kind of a weird dude anyway, so...
I don't know what's so weird about it.
About
homeschooling. It's just a thing. I mean, you can have it, you cannot have it.
That is true.
Some people have it. I mean, I could have done it too, probably, but I don't know. I didn't know it existed, I guess. What about kindergarten? Were you in kindergarten?
I think so.
Okay. You got no memory of that?
Not really, dude. I was super young.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. I started the refund. I'm gonna wait 1-2 days and see if I will get it.
Steam is usually pretty good about the refunds.
Yeah, but I have put it on my PayPal now just in case, instead of like the Steam account.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's easier to manage, you know. I can just use the €5 for Sudeki, and then I'm gonna keep the last €3 for something else. Maybe for Star Wars. You know, which one?
Yeah.
Public Commando. Exactly.
I played some of that yesterday. It was pretty good.
Oh yeah. What was your experience with it?
Oh, it was good, man. You know, it runs really good. It looks really good on next gen. They did a really good job porting it, but that one studio that does it has a track record of Star Wars games. Like they did Jedi Academy, Jedi Outcast, and fucking Star Wars Pod Racer.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun playing Jedi Pod Racer, man, because I played the shit out of that when I was a little kid.
I remember also playing the, what's it called, the N64 Pod Race again when I was little.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude. They remastered that for PS4.
Oh. I think I've even seen it, but I don't know. I probably forgot about it.
It's awesome.
I know they also remastered the Galactic, I don't know what they call it, Squadron game for the PS4.
I'm not sure either, dude. I know they did Jedi Outcast, Jedi Academy, and then Pod Racing, and then Republic Commando. Those are the ones that I know of that they've done.
And Bounty Hunter.
Oh yeah, Bounty Hunter, but Bounty Hunter actually wasn't by them.
Marine.
Bounty Hunter was part of the PS2 on PS4 line, so it was kind of by Sony. That's one of the things I hate about this fucking game, about Doom 3, man, is it's really easy to get fucking lost in this game.
The UAC is here to help you.
Yes, that is kind of why I don't play it too much. You know, the environments just look the same for most of the time. Oh yeah, look, the jump scare which everybody hated.
Yeah.
Boom boom.
I remember when I was a little kid, my dad actually borrowed this from a friend.
Yeah.
He had a friend, and he had the Prince of Persia: The Warrior Within.
And you got scared by it?
Oh, I really didn't, actually. Even as a little kid, this game has never scared me. I just don't think this game is scary.
Oh, okay.
Like, and, you know, what many people point out, like, take, you know, Half-Life 2. I don't know if you played Half-Life 2. But I think Half-Life 2 was fucking scarier. Like, the Ravenholm part of Half-Life 2 actually was creepy.
Half-Life 2?
Yeah, have you played Half-Life 2?
Yeah, I have that game, but I don't think it's really scary, to be honest.
I'm talking about the one specific part in the fucking city with the zombies, dude. Ravenholm.
Yeah, I know, that's what I mean.
I thought that was scarier than anything in Doom 3.
Well, I was only scared of the water levels in Mario 64. That's like the only thing I was scared of when I was a kid. Super Mario 64, the water levels.
I had a lot of shit I was scared of as a kid. Unfortunately, I played a lot of spooky games. Eternal Darkness really fucked me up, man.
Oh, I never played that one. Like, I would like to, but I just haven't because they never released the sequel. They never released the first one anywhere else. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah. Well, blame Nintendo. That's their fault. They own the fucking series.
Yeah, like they were announcing a game, you know, they were announcing it on the Wii U back then, but it just never came out.
Yeah, well, that was its own fucking clusterfuck, man. Like, it was supposed to be a spiritual successor, right? Called Shadows of the Ancients, and it was kickstarted, but the problem was, one, the guy who ran the Silicon Knights, he decided to sue Epic.
The UAC is taking over this operation.
And it wound up backfiring on him because the judge ruled that they actually owed Epic a bunch of money instead of the other way around. And that brought their company to bankruptcy. They had to, like, fucking liquidate all the copies of Too Human that they hadn't sold because they owed them money for that they hadn't paid. And then it turned out that one of the members on the team who was helping to make Shadow of the Ancients was a fucking child molester.
What was he, a shop master?
No, a child molester.
Oh, child molester.
He actually got convicted for diddling little kids. And when you take their legal issues, where they lost a lot of their money, and then combine it with the fact that one of the people on the game was a pedo, and, well, all the interest in it fucking died.
Where the fuck was Chris Hansen that day?
Have a seat.
Have a seat right here.
Man, even Chris Hansen turned out to be a douchebag.
Chris Hansen, yeah. Yeah, that is true. He is a scammer.
Like, he got desperate for money. He got in real bad debt, and then he just started being a dick.
Yeah, I remember when he fucking that Onision thing, he was just fucking riding the dick of that.
Right? And then, like, when he got the evidence, he fucked it up so bad.
Yeah. Like, he could have fucking fixed it, but he kind of kept that stupid ass fuck laptop to him.
Right? Exactly.
It could have helped him.
Like,
yeah.
That was like cold hard evidence about what he had done, and he just let it sit there in his apartment for like 6 months without going into the police. Like, you had one job, Chris.
You had one job, man, and you fucked it up.
And you could tell that he didn't care anymore. He was made it all about the money.
Well, he does, after all, support scam artists. to, steal money from people.
Right? He was supporting the fucking Pablo Escobar phone. What the fuck was up with that, man?
Remember when he told us to support the Corona science campaign, which had no idea what the fuck they were doing?
Right? Man.
You remember that?
Yeah, it really sucks because I grew up looking up to him, man, and he just turned into a huge chode.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad he's not a child molester, at least. That's pretty good, but...
Oh my god, the irony if he actually turned out to be a child molester, man.
That would be very ironic, but to be honest, I don't see him as a child molester, personally.
No, I mean, and I can almost kind of have sympathy for him, because the reason why he started caring about money is because he almost went to prison for debt.
Yeah.
He was arrested. So I can understand why he's desperate to make money, but he just went about it in the worst fucking way.
Oh my god. Chris Hansen has not been very clever with that situation whatsoever.
No, in a lot of ways, he made it worse. Man, my fucking... I hit the button on my remote. Give me a second.
Oh, look at that. Look at that awesome character design.
On what?
In Doom.
Oh, yeah. The fucking Pinky Demon.
Yeah, he looks very weird in this.
He really does. He looks like the original Pinky Demon got cut in half and then they made him like a little wheelchair.
I mean, I can actually see why they did that. I can understand it because I think they kind of had struggles designing it with a more realistic style. At least I think that's why. And they just decided, we're gonna full-on redesign the character instead of giving him this cartoony look he had.
Yeah, well, I think they did a pretty good job with it in the new Doom games.
Yeah, they did it better there. There we go, Sudeki. Wait, how much? It's €6 over here. That's decent. That's decent. It's not a bad price.
No, and it's a pretty long game, dude. It should take you at least 15 hours to run through it the first time.
Oh yeah, speaking of long games, I have beaten Risen 3 yesterday.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, 50 hours of gameplay time because I was doing every side mission. I think I've never done that for any RPG before, doing all the side quests.
Oh, I have, and several of my favorite ones.
Apart from Majora's Mask. Apart from Majora's Mask, obviously, because you kind of have to.
I like the Majora's Mask, and then I don't. I have very mixed feelings on it.
Oh, I love the game. I think it's the best Zelda game they've made.
My favorite Zelda is probably Twilight Princess.
That's my second favorite.
I have 100% completed Twilight Princess.
I haven't because they never released a fucking remake or anything of that sort. I mean, they did on the Wii U, but that thing was pricey as fuck. I don't know if that was a pricey company.
I also 100% completed Skyward Sword.
I never did.
I'm a huge fan of Skyward Sword.
I mean, it's still a game I have to finish, Skyward Sword, pretty much.
I love Skyward Sword. I don't think it got I think it got unfairly hated.
I mean, what was it hated for anyway?
It was hated for not having expansive open areas, for having more linear on the ground sections. It got hated on for the motion controls, which I totally disagree with because I thought the motion controls were really well done.
Oh, I mean, I can agree with the motion controls, for the fucking negatives. But the other stuffs I don't mind, the art style is pretty nice, the score is cool, the idea is nice. I just personally don't like the motion controls.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a personal thing. I'm saying objectively, I think the motion controls were done right.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's they were done okay, yeah, I agree, but it's just, I don't know, enemy encounters become kind of boring after the millionth time.
Kind of, but I also felt like the combat was... I think Skyward Sword has the best boss fights in the whole series. I had a lot of fucking fun.
Oh, okay. I don't know, I can't comment on that yet.
Because you actually had to, like, they didn't put a whole lot of effort in the other boss fights in Zelda, you know, they were very simple. But in Skyward Sword, because they actually had a much better combat level, they actually, like, had you hit specific targets and actually have to vary up your attacks and shit like that, man.
Yeah, plus you have gadgets. Ugh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and,
Marine.
well, I mean, you know, good for you, they're doing a re-release of Skyward Sword for Switch this year.
Reaching the communication.
I mean, I do have Skyward Sword, I don't need that one. I need Twilight Princess.
Yeah, but the re-release will actually let you use the regular controls.
I mean, that's true, but then again, I don't want to support that thing.
I'll support it. I like Skyward Sword, and I think they're doing a pretty good job.
I like the game, I just don't like Nintendo's shitty business practice they have done with that.
I can sort of see that, but I think they're putting a lot of work into it. They're doubling the frame rate. They're going to be fixing issues with it. They added a whole new control scheme.
Did you know that there was a ball game?
There was a what?
You know these country balls, you know that thing where it's like a fucking ball that represents a country?
Oh, yeah.
Did you know there was like a 3D platformer of these games, and it looks pretty good graphically.
Huh.
Yeah, I just found it on Steam, it's called Bang On Balls Chronicles.
Bang On Balls? Oh my god,
yeah.
Fuck, man.
The game looks fucking great, man.
I mean, that name, bro.
Yeah. Wait, who developed it? Exit Plan Games. What did they go make?
Well, when you bang on your balls, you gotta have an exit plan.
Solutions that will soon
Exactly. Bang on balls, exit plan. It kind of looks like if you mix Sonic with an random open world game. Because you're fucking rolling around and you can have like these fucking weapons, you can do like a dash attack and punch enemies with it. It's kind of cool. Animation looks bouncy. Which countries can you play as? That's the interesting part. I wanna know that. There's a St. Patrick's Day event going on. I don't know why. Right now, I mean...
What the...
St. Patrick's Day updates. What do we have here? What are the characters?
Warning. EPD laser active.
Poland is one of them.
Yeah. Well, you should be fine playing as Poland, just as long as you don't come across Germany.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so awful.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Marine, I've received a report that you haven't reached Bravo Team.
And you should be fine if you play as France, as long as you literally don't run into anyone else.
Quickly is imperative.
It would be funny if there was a... like, what's it called? A Bosnia and a Serbian ball, and it would kind of be very bad to have both of them in the same space. You gotta watch out. Which country is that? Oh, that's Iceland. And it has a Viking costume, obviously, because why not? Italy has a Roman costume. What country is that? Oh, that's Russia. Russia has a burqa.
Russia has a what?
Russia has a burqa. It has a burqa. Because Because you know Russia has like a very huge Muslim community.
Yeah.
Oh, there's like you're having fucking arena fights against other balls too, you know?
Get some of that ball-on-ball action.
Yeah. What I like is there is some form of character customization. There's an actual boss battles. Cool.
You gotta love customizable balls.
Yeah, you can shape them, you can put hair on them. Oh my god. Wait, what is that? That's pretty cool, like it has a pretty cool fight system with a bunch of different weapons to use. It has a destruction engine, which is pretty dope. Which country is that? Yo man, some of these flags look so identical you can hardly tell which country it is. Which country is that? That is... I have no idea. Oh, I think it's Denmark. Yeah, it's probably Denmark. Yeah. I think they have a similar flag to Iceland, from what I remember. This game, well, I hope it gets a PS5 release. This looks pretty dope.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to see those balls in HD glory.
Exactly, with ray traced balls.
Warning.
Oh fuck! I can see each individual crinkle on that nutsack.
Oh, look at that! Spore is on sale. Have you ever played Spore?
I actually have not, because it hasn't been released on console.
This game has always interested me just for the sake of making my own monster.
I can see that, man.
So I get so
Make your own
haha, penis monster.
Ha, look at my big hairy dick monster.
Penis monster.
But yeah, man, create your own race and fucking torture the galaxy with it.
I conquered a universe with a penis. Oh my god. I'm reading like fucking reviews and that's one of the reviews. Some guy just wrote, I made a penis conquer the galaxy.
He is like Michael Jackson.
Yeah. I'm fat. Because I'm fat. This game looks pretty good. Maxis Games. I think I know them. Aren't those the guys who made Sims?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spore was designed by Will Wright, the same guy who did The Sims.
Will Wright. That guy. Oh, they made Knockout City? I didn't know that. That's a pretty unusual game for them, not gonna lie.
Gas leak stop.
You know what game? You know what company and game I love, man? Fucking Civilization.
Civilization. You mean I remember that actually, Civilization. Ooh, I hope one of us wins It Takes Two. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool.
Yeah. You can play this game if you have a pass. What pass? A friend's pass? What is that? I never heard of that. What's a friend's pass?
It entitles you to benefits.
Okay. This game seems to have many different gameplay styles.
Yeah, it does. People saying it. People saying that it constantly changed stuff up.
You know, this is the kind of platformers I want to see. You know?
Yeah.
Something new. Something more original, you know, instead of these throwback titles.
I'm fine with throwback titles as long as they're done well. We don't get that many platformers as it is, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, as of recently, we've gotten a lot. It's just... I think the gaming industry now is very different. We don't even get many shooters as well. It's kind of weird. We don't get much.
Yeah, there hasn't even really been a big shooter on fucking PS5 yet. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. I wonder when the next Killzone or Resistance comes out. Probably never, but I'm still hoping.
Yeah. I mean, PS3...
I've never seen a platformer with motion capture.
That'd be pretty cool.
Well, It Takes Two, I think, has, like, motion capturing, from what I know.
I hope that, I just want to see some more classic platformers, man. I would like to see a modern Banjo-Kazooie. Let's make that happen.
I mean, we have that already, if you think about it. It's just not really that good.
I actually liked Ukulele. I thought it was pretty decent.
Yeah, it's okay.
But I'm talking about, Ukulele unfortunately wasn't that big. I'm talking about, go full-on Banjo, massive. Banjo 2... Banjo 2E had some huge fucking levels.
Yeah. I've never finished that game because it's very hard to navigate through it sometimes. But I do, however, I finished Banjo-Kazooie. I've finished that one a million times. Like, that's like one of my favorite games.
That was close.
I think it's even my first platformer, but I'm not sure.
Oh, like your first platformer that you ever played?
I think so. It's either Mario 64 or, Banjo-Kazooie. One of those two.
And, it would be really fucking hard for me to choose my favorite platformer.
Favorite platformer, I don't know. Maybe Ratchet and Clank: A Crack in Time. And Banjo-Kazooie probably one of those. I also like Jak and Daxter, or Daxter. I don't know, it's really hard. Sly 4 is also one of my favorites.
Sly 4 is really good.
What else is there? Astro Bot is fantastic in my opinion, like the VR one.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, the new one is even better.
I heard so.
And it comes for free with every PS5, so that's pretty boss.
I think the new Astro Bot looks fantastic, but if it's better, I'll have to judge when I play it myself.
Yeah.
I kind of doubt myself because the VR one just was fantastic.
I didn't get to play the VR one because I don't have VR. I've seen it, but I played the new one, and it's fucking amazing. I platinumed it. It is so much fun.
Yeah, I've seen some Let's Plays of that. It's pretty cool. Let's Plays, haven't said that word in a while.
But if I had to pick some of my favorite platformers, it would obviously be Jak and Daxter, the whole series. My favorite one being Jak 3. It would be Ratchet and Clank, and I'm not sure which one, but it would definitely be one of those on there. It would fucking have Maximo. Maximo is one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, Maximo is also one of my favorite games, but mainly the second one.
I like the first one better. The first one is more platformer, the second one is more a hack and slash.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I really love Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy.
Yes, though I don't see that one as a platformer myself. I think it's more of an action adventure.
Well, possibly, but because it has a lot of running and jumping and shit like that, so I kind of count it.
I don't know what else there is.
I also really like I also really like Crash Bandicoot 3.
Yeah, I like that one too. else? I like Vex a lot.
Vex is pretty good.
Yeah.
I like fucking... I like Spyro, but you know, because I mentioned Spyro, fucking Kutaro's gonna track us both down.
He's gonna track you down and fucking... Oh, I don't know what he would even do, to be honest.
Honestly, like, he got on my nerves. One, because he was shit-talking me behind my back. I fucking hate that.
What's funny is he actually randomly came up yesterday on my Twitter. And I was surprised because he didn't do that for a while. I thought he would just fucking stop talking.
And number two, he pissed me off because, like, he could not handle if you had any difference of opinion from him, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's just fucking bullshit. You can't have any different opinions nowadays without having some fuckhead come over and be like, shut the fuck up, bitch! That's not how it works!
And that, yeah, that was the thing, and that's what pissed me off with him. It's like, even saying stuff that was just really simple, like, he was talking about how Spyro was so much more better than Crash, and I'm like, it's really subjective. There's a lot of people that like Crash a lot more.
It's people's opinions.
And, you know, Spyro and Crash, you can't even really compare them because they're such different types of games.
Yeah. It's just...
And he, you
why
know...
comparing games to
he had to fucking screen...
I don't like game comparisons.
Yeah, he had to fucking screenshot my shit and be like, and make fun of me. I just really hate somebody that won't talk to you to your face, man. Like, that really bothers me. If you have a problem with me, fucking talk to me. Don't go running your mouth to anyone who will listen.
Yeah, I've known a person who has always screenshotted everything we would say in a specific group on Discord once. And she is such a bitch, I kid you not. She is always doing that and posting it wherever the hell she wants to and kind of revealing shit about other people that, yeah, I don't know, she's just kind of shit.
Yeah, I mean,
like, I don't like these people who screenshot everything.
Yeah, exactly, because, I mean, how could you even trust somebody like that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, she's a bad girl. What's
Plus,
the time?
I just...
It's 10:47.
Oh, fucking guys. I have mixed... Okay, one of the things that I have mixed feelings about, like, is, you know, Kutaro is asexual.
Oh, do you think he is?
No, he straight up said that he's asexual. Like, he's mentioned it on Twitter and everything.
Okay. Oh, you have the feeling he is gay, right?
No, I don't think he's gay. He's asexual.
I thought you had the feeling because I remember the first time I talked with him, I had the feeling he was, because he has such a very specific way of speaking, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, according to him, he isn't interested in sex at all. But I just, like, I kind of have some disagreements with that, with asexuality.
I mean, obviously somebody's gonna be attracted to something, you know?
Well, I mean, okay, my opinion is this, right? Like, you know, I can sort of understand coming out when you're gay. Because it's a big deal, and there's still some stigma around being gay. It's a big thing. But, like, if you're asexual, why would you need to come out, man? It just means you don't have sex with people. Who cares? Is somebody's gonna come up to you? Dude, you don't have sex? We'll fucking lynch it. No. Like, I mean, you could basically compare somebody who's asexual to somebody who just hasn't had sex in a while. And if you're talking to somebody, and they're like, I haven't had sex in a while, why would you care?
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. Like,
I mean, live and let live. I don't really care one way or the other. If you want to be asexual, good for you. I mean, if you don't want to fuck anybody, fine. But it's like, it feels like they make it into a bigger deal than it needs to be, for one, and for two, they try to compare their stigma to that of gay people, and it's kind of bullshit, really. Like, the last time I checked, I never saw anybody getting lynched for being asexual.
Yeah, I get what you mean, actually.
Whereas there's tons of people that have been fucking killed for being gay.
One thing I've never understood about, one thing I never understood about transsexuals is, if they make the, what's it called, sex change, wouldn't they want to be considered something else other than transsexual?
You know what, man? That is a fair point, and also something I'm not very sure about. Because, from what man, just from my experience with you, I'm on a level with you, from the trans people that I've talked to, they don't really like to talk about their shit.
About their shit?
No, like, they don't like to mention their trans, or what's going on, or, like, even if they've had the operation, like...
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if somebody makes a sex change, wouldn't they want to be considered a different sex instead, you know?
I have no idea. All I know is, like, the trans people that I met, like, they didn't even want they didn't even want their shit to be mentioned.
Yeah. That's weird. I guess I'll never understand people.
No, you know, and it's like, you know, I mean, I'm not really hating on asexual people. I'm
not hating on anybody either, yeah.
They can feel free to do whatever the fuck they want. I don't care. Like, I mean, Charo could never have sex with anyone for the rest of his life. That doesn't affect me. It's just like, I almost feel like it's a bit silly to be, like, make a big deal of it and be like, coming out. And also, because I looked into it, and there are asexual people who jerk off, and I don't really understand that. And there are even...
Oh, that makes no sense.
I even looked into it, and there are asexual people that have sex with other people because, according to them, they feel like they need to, or they want to satisfy their partner, or they like the act of sex even if they have no interest in it. Like, to me, that is just like, how can you be asexual and be fucking people? Like, I don't understand.
I agree with that. How can you be asexual if you fuck with people anyway?
Like, I mean, I don't care. You live your best life. You do you. I'm just saying that doesn't make sense to me.
Well, it doesn't make sense. I agree.
And these days, it's gotten kind of ridiculous. Like, nobody should be above criticism. But the LGBTQ community, if you have a problem with anything they do, you're homophobic.
Yep, I have to heard that words thrown at me countless times because, like I said, I have nothing against those people, but I'm very critical of some of the shit they're doing within the community themselves, if you know. I mean, do you know how they treat bisexuals?
Right?
Yeah, like, they treat them like absolute shit. They always say, oh, they're just idiots who cannot decide if they want to be gay or straight.
Right? I mean, you spent your whole life getting hated on for your sexuality, and you're gonna turn around and hate on somebody else for theirs. It's just fucking nasty.
Wait, a quick off-topic question. Are you going into the same room 3 times in a row?
I died.
Oh, okay. You died. I thought you were just walking in circles.
No, man, I got stuck in this fucking part with an extremely low amount of health.
Ah, okay. That makes sense. I thought you were just kind of running in circles, so I was confused. But yeah, keep going.
No, I'm just saying, like, yeah, I mean, it's just so counterproductive, man. It's like you're literally getting upset that, you know, like, gay people are upset for they're persecuted, as they should be, and then they're, like, turning around and persecuting somebody else. Like, what the fuck? It's so hypocritical.
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you mean. I don't know. It's just weird nowadays.
Even in like the gay community, there's like a bunch of gay women that look down on gay men, and I'm just trying to figure that fucking shit out. Like, that's just counterproductive.
Oh well. What can I say? I'm just some straight guy who has no idea, apparently.
It's just, you know, and that's what I'm saying, like, gay people should not be above criticism. Nobody should be above criticism. Fucking everybody makes mistakes.
I'll say one thing, human, everybody kind of sucks, and that's the end of it. No matter if you're, I don't know, gay, straight, trans, a black guy, anything, you can be an absolute dickhead.
Right? Like, okay, I'll tell you what, man. Like, earlier today I saw some just fucking stupid shit, man. There is on Reddit, there's a subreddit I'm in called Noah Get the Boat.
Never get the boat?
Noah Get the Boat.
New York in the boat?
No, Noah. Like Noah's Ark.
Noah! Okay, yeah.
Like, you know, like Noah Get the Boat. Like, it's a post about stuff that's morally abhorrent. And somebody posted a fucking video on there, you know, of these 3 black guys really being racist to this Asian kid. Like, they were talking about Corona, and they were talking about how they were gonna fuck his mother, and they were making this little kid cry. And it was super racist because they were only picking on him because he was Asian. And, you know, this guy comes in on the Reddit post, man, and he's just like, well, technically black people can't be racist, and people were just like, shut the fuck up. They're like, anybody can be racist. Anyone.
Anyone can be.
If you dislike somebody because of the color of their skin, you are racist.
Do you want to know a fun fact?
What?
Yeah, you know Timmy Kutsaro, yeah?
Yeah.
He's always kind of like very, how should I say? He always attacks people who are racist, and or homophobic or anything like that, but he himself makes so many racist remarks towards Asian people and calling them like Corona assholes who fucking spread the shit around. I hate them. That's something he once said. And he also really hates fucking Muslim people because of how they always, like in Germany specifically, how they always watch after their health and how they like to clean their face and all of that shit. He kind of thinks it's just bullshit stuff. It's not what a man does. It's kind of weird that he's saying that, like coming from that guy who always criticizes everybody else for racist things or something. But
yeah,
that's kind of the same thing which you said with these 3 black guys and the Asian dudes.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up. I mean, because I mean, yeah, the virus came from China, dude, but it wasn't the Chinese people's fault, man. There's been plenty of fucking viruses.
Man, am I ever glad to see you.
That came from America, from every corner of the world. You know, it just happens.
Be careful with that gun. A stray bullet
I'll tell you
into the
whose
glass
fault
shield
it
could
is.
blow the whole area.
Tourism.
Try and get this thing stabilized.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll head
Fucking
to the
spread that
science
shit.
office when I have this under control.
We have too many tourists in the world nowadays. It's insane, actually. Like even in this place where I live, I live next to a pretty little lake. We have so many fucking tourists, and I don't know why. It's nothing special. It's just a lake. Oh man. Like there's one thing I can say. Being racist towards, you know, somebody with a race, that's bad, but being kind of racist towards tourists is a different thing, I see. Like, I get that tourists are good for a country and they give you a lot of money, blah blah blah, but at the same time they're kind of, I don't know, I feel like they're fucking up some pretty nice little places where the locals could also go and do shit, but they sometimes can't because the tourists are always in masses at these places, preventing you from doing anything, basically. Like, I can barely go swim in summer here because there's so many of them. Like, I cannot even go to parking lot because they're always full of them. When I go shopping, it's so stupid. I don't like that. You probably get what I mean. It's just very annoying.
Yeah, I wouldn't really call that being racist, though, because you're hating on tourists, but it's not because of the color of their skin.
Yeah, it's not because of that. It's just I just fucking hate the fact that they're, you know, storming.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go take a piss. Be right back.
Okay.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
What's your opinion on non-binary?
I am not a big fan.
You're not a big fan, okay, because me neither.
I mean, once again, they can do them, and I don't care. I would never heckle a non-binary person, but I think it's fucking stupid because it fundamentally misunderstands the basic nature of biology. Okay, so something that really bothers me with this culture, right, we live in, right? Is people don't understand the difference between norms, like gender as a sex, and gender norms. Okay? People try to say this bullshit that gender is a social construct. The fuck it is. Gender is literally biology. It's what you're born with. That's all gender is.
I always say one thing, people can do what they want as long as they don't betray scientific facts, and scientific fact is that if you have a dick, you're a man, for example.
Pretty much. Okay, so here's what I'm saying, right? And this is where it gets, I get upset. People get mad at, gender, and they say, oh, it's a social construct. It's really not. It is literally biology. What they should be getting mad about, what they should be fighting is gender norms. Gender norms is when somebody says, well, you're a man, so you must act this way. You're a woman, so you must act that way. That's bullshit.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I have a feeling people really like to confuse that. I think the way it is now, it's kind of like this. If a woman or something does a lot of tomboy-style things or something like that, she's probably going to call herself non-binary because she says, oh, deep down I'm kind of both or something like that. But no, she's just
a tomboy.
She's just a woman who does things that are not very usual for women. It's nothing different. She's still a woman after all, you know?
That's what I'm saying, and people get them confused, and then you get into the really fucking stupid shit, like people saying that they're triple gendered.
What the fuck is a triple gender?
I don't know.
I've never heard of a triple gender. What is that supposed to do? Like the fucking triple ice cream deluxe? Or what, are they putting toppings on it?
No, these people say there are over 50 genders, Nermin.
Oh, 50 genders, of course, there's that many. Oh boy.
There's just two, man. There's just two. And then there's people who say they're neither gender. Like, no!
Of course, I'm neither gender. Of course, yeah. That obviously course.
I mean, you know, it's literally possible to be both genders, be a hermaphrodite, but it's not possible to be no genders.
I know, that's just a plain lie.
But, you know, and see, here's the thing. People, these people think that you have to accept them, right?
No.
And they don't realize that, not really, okay? Because in their minds, if you don't accept them, you're out to get them. And it's not really like that. You can not be a fan of what they're about, but not be out to get them. Like, do I agree with non-binary people? Fuck no. Would I harass them? Absolutely not.
Yeah, I know, me neither. But like I said, I just completely disagree with this scientifical nonsense. Like, that is bullshit. You cannot be both. You cannot choose what you want to be. This is not fucking Pokemon. Yeah, it's not like Professor Oak is gonna creep up from the bushes and ask you, hey, what are you, a female or a male? You stuff.
Oh my god, Nermin, you're gonna get us fucking canceled, man.
It wouldn't be the first time, you know?
Yeah, what about that? You told me you've been canceled before, man. What the fuck happened?
Oh, I got canceled so often. It's so many different reasons.
Dude, I actually searched for you on YouTube, and I found this like a Latina woman shit talking you.
Oh yeah, I know that video.
What the fuck?
The woman was actually talking about toxic rats and not about me, so that's kind of funny.
Cause you commented on the video and you're like, what did I do?
I remember that. Oh man, that's a classic among my community. Oh my god. I have to look it up again. I haven't seen the video for ages. Oh my god, toxic vermin, there you go. Toxic vermin. Oh Jesus. What a great video.
What did you fucking do to get canceled, man?
I don't know. The woman just really hates me for some reason. Oh my goodness. Let me Google. How did you find the video, man? I was trying to
find your YouTube channel and I just put in toxic vermin.
Oh my goodness, that woman! What a classic! I have to listen to that video. It's legend. YouTube. Where is YouTube? There we go. How about to watch a legendary video? Toxic vermin exposed.
This chick was literally exposing a fucking rat, man.
There it is. Dear toxic vermin, be gone.
Hashtag cancel these rats.
I got cancelled for fuck's sake. Service dog Lily Boss. Where's my comment? I wanna see that. What did I do? Oh, she commented. Hell yeah. Last word of this video is cookies. I want them so yummy. What? Awesome. I have to post this into the Discord. This is just...
you know you must be important if you get cancelled.
Cancel culture, let's cancel Nermin. There you go. Screenshot it, post it on Twitter. Awesome, man, awesome. This is such a cool video. I must have done something very bad because the woman looks like she got beaten up 3 days straight on the video.
Oh, that's mean. He did look kind of crazy though. I will agree.
Oh my god, here we go, I posted it into the memes channel. Dear toxic woman. Nice.
Like, what does she fucking think the rats understand her? Like, she's like making an open discourse?
Dear toxic. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of funny to begin with that she made like a video towards fucking rats. Dear rats, fuck off. But what she's saying it, because I want to hear what she's saying. It must be some really cool content, you know? Some high-class YouTuber.
Alright, man, hold on one second. I'm gonna get off here and I'll be right back. I need to use the bathroom.
Hi. Okay.
Hold on a second.
Dear asshole.